Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're doing more of our iPad art, and I want to mess around with this concept design I've been trying to do for like a spaceship. So let's get it started here. I have a few sketches that I've been messing around with, and I think I'm arriving consistently closer to what I'm ultimately want, but I don't necessarily have the full vision yet. So we're gonna mess with this. I had an idea. I wanted to add a little thing in here. Maybe if it was like, I have a couple references here. Oh, cool. On this little iPad keyboard, I didn't realize that I can use the keys to change my tools. I've been doing my sketches just on this the iPad natively rather than on the computer. It's allowed me to sort of work in a lot of different places rather than just the only when I'm at my computer. So I don't know really what the best, let's see if I can find some reference for this. Oops. Maybe like a I'm not sure what that concept is yet, but let's leave it there for a minute. I kind of want it to feel like a mix between a cruise ship and a aircraft carrier. Some of this here. Let's let this be a little taller. If I did, I don't know if I'd want like maybe a, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Like a ship's prow on the front. I don't really know what kind of facilities would go in this area. Welcome Jen Jen to the show. New drawing today? Yeah, we're trying to design a like a space ship, like a personnel carrier / cruise liner. I think of it as maybe a repurposed cruise liner, which will be interesting in the texturing phase to kind of come up with like maybe areas where they bolted on more kind of like utilitarian things onto this formerly luxurious thing, almost like how in like wartime, like World War II or something, they would like repurpose ships to serve the war effort. So I don't really have like an idea yet. I've just been doing a bunch of sketches for things. I'm starting to like this concept that we have. What is this? No, this would need to be like this. How does this work? How does this make sense? It doesn't really make sense. How does this make sense? I guess if it was like this, it would work. I originally had a thing where it had like a bottom part of a ship like that, but I don't think that really makes sense for a spaceship. I also don't necessarily know what this cut section is. My original concept, or the one that I ended up kind of liking and that we're extrapolating on, is this one, which looks more like a cruise ship. But this one goes, the same design goes all the way back. But I kind of thought that looked too much of the same thing. Let's maybe try. We might end up losing this kind of like intermediary line, but we'll keep it for now. This angle is wrong. This is wrong too. Jensen, I like the idea of a space cruise ship suddenly needing to turn into a warship. Yeah, I thought that was kind of a fun concept. I'm glad you like it. I have some cruise ship references here that I'm looking at. And I should probably try to find some pictures of like reconstituted vessels. But I haven't done any of that yet. Let's also make this thinner. See, this is too similar to this shape. It doesn't read as what I want. Maybe if we made it wider. That's too, I don't know what that's supposed to be. It still needs to be on the same plane as this, I guess. Maybe there's still something behind it. How would those fit together? Let's take a look at some other imagery. I have a lot of aircraft carrier interior shots. Maybe this is kind of like a landing platform or something on the back. And I was thinking, in my other concept, I had this idea that there would be like a loading dock area in the back for like a, planes or something that might land in it, or like, scramble from out of it. This is definitely nice too because it does look like pieces kind of like added on aftermarket. But I don't really like the silhouette of it. Let's take a look at the aircraft carrier's top part. Maybe we will take away this. And do some kind of like so if it was a straight line, it would be going like this. So if it's a slightly diagonal line, it would go like this. Now the thing is that a spaceship wouldn't really need landing spots to be on the top like an aircraft carrier. So maybe we'll put this lower and use it just as an evocation, but have some other kind of concept springing out of it. I do still kind of like the general shape of it. And I like these diagonal, or this kind of like, I imagine this being kind of a diagonal line, the way that this thing lives. Like if it's a side angle, it looks like that. I think that works. This feels weird too because it's coming up out of the shape, but it just kind of makes it look like the shape is lopsided. We'll refine that in future revisions. I don't know what this is too. Oh, you know what? That's the same issue, yeah. So how would we solve that? If we just moved this down, it would fix that readability problem. What happened? Good. So this is the front, like, prow thing of the ship. It should probably connect to this aircraft carrier sort of platform thing. So let's do it like that. This center thingy is starting to bother me now, so let's maybe lose it. A lot of my designs, I've kept messing with this concept of like a weird ring going around the ship, but I can't figure out why I want that shape to be in there. Like what purpose it would serve. Yeah, I can't really justify it. And it doesn't look that cool in this iteration either. Oops. Well, let's leave it and we'll lose it in a future iteration. Now this shape isn't really working because it's too close to the other shape, or to the other thing. So if we put it like this, no, that doesn't work either. Yeah, ultimately I think I'm gonna be losing that shape. put another one of these extension areas here. And these would all be rooms or, you know, like halls of the cruise ship type thing. I don't know what would go on this front. There's obviously would be like a bunch of activities and stuff on this front area. I don't know how it would really, like maybe this would be, okay, alright, hold on. Maybe this would be all encapsulated in like a big glass dome. I don't know how to communicate the glass, really. But let's just assume that it is. That would then be pretty cool. Maybe these should be a similar shape though, so that you can... That's what I originally had with this, because then these could kind of like line up. That does then give this a unique purpose, which is to kind of like be a stopping point for the glass. Seems kind of inadvisable to put a big giant glass thing in the front of a spaceship though, in case it gets smashed by rocks, space rocks. But hey, you know, we're working on it. Okay, good. I think the design needs some work, but we're getting there. So let's put this in the corner. We'll work on the next iteration of this design. But ladies and gents, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you for joining. The channel is called The Voice of Nick. If you want to see more, don't forget to hit the follow button.